Yeah, I think their lanes are good. I think that they have really nice ways to skirmish early. I think a Chen is... I think obviously Chen can pressure, Chen can do things, and you're not totally helpless on what you're doing on Nemiga. I kind of already laid out earlier, like, the timings and how they want to play. But BetBoom can fight back. If you are trying to take a fight mid on Nemiga or something, and you have a tombstone laid down, like, there's definitely potential there for a really good fight. You're just like running in with your Razor linking, your Primal Beast charging in, even as a support, like, it's gonna be a big problem. But I'm mostly scared for Nemiga for when BetBoom hit BKB 15 minutes on Razor. They're looking for a fight.
Yeah, they want to go straight in. Roger. Onslaught's forward towards Kiritich. Now she's going to force Nemiga to back off this bottom rune. They want to try and turn, though. Undying oversteps straight into that Dragon Tail Light Strike. Big decay, though. Seneko will be that first blood, but maybe an attempt on Malreen's life. That is halted quickly. They're able to retreat. And now Nemiga, the ones on the front foot from high ground down to low, catching Lal. Slow him with that concussive, but he blinks away just in time before the Dragon Tail can land. Noticed. A target instead, but the onslaught again from Roger into the back. They want this Lina. Very fire, buys a bit of space, but Dahak, the one to grab the kill. A 2 for 1. Razor and Undying for your Lina. And first blood for Nemiga, while high ground held by Dahak and Roger. Kiritich, he's got Feast level 1, so he's going to get stunned and punched away. No regen on this lifesteal, as we've been seeing this Blades of Attack first item.
Jesus Christ. First blood going to Yelena. Not too great for Lal. I think Malreen will hit his... Oh, he actually bought a stick, so he's not going to rush that bottle. But he's definitely happy with that first blood gold. I don't think as a mid you're ever happy if your opponent gets a first blood.
Yeah, maybe a little happier when the Lina died a little later, but yeah, got to spend some of that money before dying. That's probably why she bought the stick, right? Try and use up some unreliable gold, get that money spent before dying.
No, that was after she died.
Okay.
Sorry, I was watching intently. I was like,
oh, that's
bottle
good.
Gold? Bottle gold?
That's good you noticed.
Yeah.
I did like at the start of the game as well, Malreen dropping the Davai Bratishka. Let's go, brothers, and good luck. Game 2 here between these two squads. Very important, getting towards that top 3 situation to try and get into last chance qualifiers. And of course, still the attempt to go straight to TI.
Indeed. I think there is a lot of importance this game for Nemiga, for the Chen to get towers early as he can. If they can even rotate him mid and try and crack open this mid tower a little bit with the cart, like, it's going to do so much for them, because the most important thing when you're playing versus Alt is the ability to invade his jungle. I think, like, Ame has talked about it in the past, just like how good he feels when that is not something the enemy can do. Because even if you're Nemiga, you get your blink DK, you're running through the jungle, the main jungle, and putting deep wards down and searching for him. If Dahak is able to just take his ancients, or take mid lane while Lal goes and plays somewhere else, or even take his off lane after Notice has, like, done a good job there and they've taken that tower down bot, like, he's gonna farm and it's gonna be fine. If you open this mid tower up for your team, then it becomes much easier for you to make smoke plays and suss out where, like, Alk will be, especially if you get these nice deep walls down.
Yeah, something Chen is very adept at doing. As this bottom lane doesn't look particularly happy for Kiritich. Wave is at the Dire Tower. Razor has already drained a bit of damage from him. They're able to play pretty aggressively on that lifestealer, while Seneko up at top just spamming decay, keeping Hellscream and Vazia at bay. So Dahak completely free farming, seemingly untouched so far.
That's the dream. Thank you, Enchantress. Thank you, Undying.
That was better.
Definitely see the strength of Undying and why everyone's been first phasing him or first banning him.
Yeah, look at him go. Concoction launched. Still has stick charges while down bottom. They take down the Chen so bad. Up against this level 3 Razor. And Roger unlocking the trample since he's hit level 2. Good little rage to get away from the plasma field, but now that's on cooldown for quite a while. And Notice going full on laning stage build, double Wraith Bands. Head into the treads, the Falcon Blade.
Oh, jeez. I'd like to see the Falcon Blade as a replacement for the smaller bracers and stuff, but he's just going both. I mean, Wraith Band's got buffed a little bit, the attack speed. just a bit higher, so this build is quite strong for his laning.
And it's like similar to his Mars build as well, right? Double brace, a Falcon Blade here, double Wraith Band. So bad getting gone on again. Trample, Onslaught, a little bit annoying, but Roger, he's being munched up by this Kiritich Lifestealer. They don't have any slows remaining. Another hit will do the trick though. Notice unable to drain enough damage to save the Primal Beast.
No gold for you.
I always enjoy the meme about Razor with the leash, with the stag link, like for walking the dog when it comes to Lifestealer. It's nice. There's two dogs in this lane. You got a Primal Beast and a Lifestealer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, we used to have it back at, what is it, like TI4, TI5, maybe even TI3, where it was like Razor against Lone Druid. And you just walk the bear as well.
Yeah. Lots of unruly
Oh, wow.
boys running around bot.
Roger really wanted to kill that Chen creep.
So close.
Onslaughted for it, but doesn't kill it. The Harpy Stormcraft are going to keep spanning Chain Lightning. And everyone's buying boots in all these lanes to try and give them that move speed advantage to chase or to run away. Like up top, Darkhawk went boots very early on, pre-soul ring, rushing straight into phase. Bottom lane, both of the Dire heroes have boots.
Yeah. I mean, bot, the offlane on BetBoom, they love move speed. Like, you're doing more damage with your trample on Primal Beast, and Razor just wants to keep up that static link. His boots are so value, yeah. Looks like Maureen is winning mid in terms of the CS. Like, I think Lal was forced to leave the lane for a little bit to go get the top bounty rune just because he's sustaining like a lot of harassment there.
It's a little difficult for the Queen of Pain, right? And we see no Shadow Strike points, just going max Scream. You're never going to get it on the Lina, because you walk up to Lina, you try Shadow Strike, she hits you with Light Strike, 5-6 hits into you. That trade is never worth it.
Yeah.
Radiant structures.
Maybe.
Nice glyph.
Thought you had that, didn't you?
Oh yeah. The 6-minute runes are approaching, and Hellscream's gonna head down there for it. Snako actually had so little resources, he's being forced to walk back to base, which I think you're pretty happy with, because even if he's not mid in time for contesting the mid runes, he's gonna be able to refill Lal's bottle for him. Roger also is already there as well.
And So Bad gets the ward down, so he'll see the beast.
See some deaths here.
And now the TP coming in from Seneko. Rune spawns up at top.
Or
Hellscream
they'll
grabs a
blink
haste.
away like cowards.
Everyone just runs away. But there's the full bottle. So Lal, I guess, left it on the ground for Seneko to pick up. Give it over to him.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot spent here by Lal with the wand, the raindrops. Just trying to keep himself in the lane. A good 10 CS behind the Lina. And we've seen a few little different things from these Linas. Is this another game where we get the magic damage build, or is it okay to go the right click this time around?
The best times I saw him going magic build was when they were playing against high armor heroes, or just had a lot of physical damage already in your other cores, like Ursa, where you don't need to have more physical damage on top of that. I think like you're pretty happy with Lifestealer being your win condition in this game, where you don't necessarily have to go the physical damage. I do think it's nice. Of course, you're playing against Undying. You are the one that has to hit the tombstone, so having the ability to just hit hard and fast, but it's fine. You can go the magic damage and still do that.
Yeah, you sure can. You got the attack speed to do it. So Bad again, feeling the pain from Noticed and Roger. This Chen has basically just been fodder, dying so the Lifestealer can live. But it's not been an easy road for Kiritich either. He's bottom of the last hits out of all the cores. He is doing decently net worth wise though, not spending a lot on the regen. 3,000 compared to Razor's, well, also 3,000.
Yeah, you're okay with it. I actually was wondering how Primal Beast would impact the meta, and seeing how he's been dealing with Chen in this game is actually pretty hopeful, because at Arlington, Chen was the big bad, right? People were trying to figure out, how do we counter him? Pros were saying, well, we haven't figured out how to counter him. We have no idea. I think we just have to ban it. If Primal Beast is actually something good here, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, oh, Light Striker right there. Malrine able to kill off Roger. The Sonic Wave from Lal, still aiming for this Lina. Zombies are chasing her. Try and get away back up that high ground and kill a Skyrath Mage instead. But Lal, he wants more. He blinks forward. Oh, a little back and forth for the Lina there, thinking about it. Just get away. Yeah, you're right. If you compare, Primal Beast to some of these other melee supports like a Clockwork or an Undying, they just do not handle the Chen, the Enchantress against these creeps. But it feels like, yeah, against Enchantress specifically, Trample against the Untouchable, very nice. As he charges in towards the Lina at this point. Raindrops block a bit of the damage from the Scream, the TP home, no stuns to stop, and Malrine finds himself a little hole in the trees.
What a cute little juke.
They scan as well, thinking she's gone south, but that's just the Chen. And Lol completely out of mana. Can't really stick around to fight here anymore.
Yeah, Lina's doing a good job of dodging these ganks and not getting kills. I think it sucked for BetBoom on the original 6-minute rotation because the Undying did not have Tombstone, which made it a little bit hard to fight. And I think that's why they kind of backed off and let Nemiga just have the rune. But this time, Undying was a bit late as well. So the Tombstone came a bit late and it just meant that Malrine didn't care. He was fine. It's a shame. They committed a lot to it. They committed this Queen of Pain. All did not get killed.
Yeah, it probably doesn't feel amazing as Roger. Another little initiation there, but no follow through from the rest of his squad. But while they're making all this noise and committing cooldowns and stuff into mid, down to bottom jungle, what's happened up top? Dahak has stacks, and they're not contesting. One of the big things that you kind of wanted from this Chen, this Lina.
Yeah, they're playing basically exactly how I want them to, but at the same time, so is Nemiga. I'm really happy with this constant pressure to the mid lane. Lina, when left alone ever, is just always going to whittle away at your tower, and the Chen coming mid to just help secure the tower is basically just perfect. Like I said, this is the main thing I want. I want them to take the mid tower, and then not having to even commit like a core to come around and do it. Like, Lifestealer is just happily bot, not caring about this Razor.
And they've got a fresh catapult arriving now in mid. I don't think there's not an easy way here for BetBoom to kill it. Lal trying to drag the wave and clear it before it arrives on the tower itself. And it should just fall regardless. I mean, Dire have a glyph. Not even going to use it.
They, I think they already used it after they lost top tower, so if they had used it there, it wouldn't have refreshed.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, new glyph change. Only refreshes on the first type of each tower going down.
So is there something in particular they're holding it for?
Probably just if someone goes for a tier 2, or I don't know. It's hard to say, but I don't think that glyph would have saved the mid tower, and then it's on cooldown, which kind of sucks.
So just gives you more options.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, Kiritich farming jungle now with his hand to Midas. But Dahak's Alchemist, 6.2k, well on his way to this Sacred Relic.
But Nemiga are going to look to kill him now. Your Skyroth has hit level 6. Your Dragonite has just finished his blink. It is on the courier. We will see a smoke very soon, and they will try and kill Dahak. They have taken the mid tower. They don't currently have any deep wards down, though. That's probably the only thing they're missing in terms of making this move really work, but I do have very good confidence in them. Smoke, they're going.
Well, they smoke and they go up to their own triangle. I'm not sure what that little move was. Ah, right, so quickly getting the blink off the courier. Okay, yeah. Okay. And then considering going into top jungle. But it looks like now aiming mid. Lal blinks across. They've missed their opportunity.
They're gonna wait and see who comes to push this tower, this wave.
And DK blink stun. Catch with a Mystic Flare. Damage. It's not quite enough, but that Arcane Bolt will do the job. Vazia now having his damage all drained. A nice Hurricane, but that's not enough distance to get the DK away. Notist and Roger both are arriving after losing their Queen of Pain to chase down so bad. Uproar out, dodge the Light Strike. Trying to dive this tier 1. There's another Trample. But he doesn't have Onslaught for 5 more seconds, so Roger's going to have to give up the chase.
You're absolutely okay with that. Trading your offlane for a mid can't go wrong. All that attention as well. Many heroes to the mid lane, and your Lifestealer is just sitting bot with a Midas.
Now still going to dive that tier 1 to kill off the Chen. Well, Dahak battled with that Lifestealer down bottom. They're closing in. Kiritich not going to have free access to his bottom jungle, and it looks like BetBoom going to start planning for this tier 1 down here as well. They've already got Observer Ward placed behind tower to see any rotations, and 4 heroes starting to swarm down there as well.
Alright, we want to... Usually, at this point, you're feeling a little bad that you've lost both tier 1 towers, top and mid. You want to trade, and to do that, if you feel weaker than the enemy, like you can't fight into them, you just bring more heroes. Like, if you swung 5 heroes bot and pushed this tower, I think Nemiga would probably seed it. They don't have the best team fight spells, so it's
Radiant are
not that beneficial for them to try and fight back. I mean, they might anyway. They might feel like their biggest value comes from just defending their towers to the end of their lives.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, if we don't give them our towers, then we will outfarm them and we will hit our timings. Then sure, yeah, you can fight it. But sometimes maybe you could poke at top or something and bring some heroes up there and force some TPs.
Lifestealer shows himself on that lane. He does have Infest, but he walks away from the creep wave and he's just dying to this noticed Razor. Infest into the Chen, get away, but the tombstone dropped and Roger straight onto him. So bad. Will get shredded by the trample and a double kill for Noticed. Brought out by the Razor while Malrine, he's TP'd down, but he's blocked by the zombies. Oh no! Dark just got his Radiance and all of a sudden involved in a pretty big team fight, getting 3 kills off the back of that aggressive oh, you said they wanted to try and defend his tower. It might not be worth it. They try
Definitely
it.
not. Yeah, that's usually the problem. When they bring a lot of numbers, you sort of feel like, unless you're really set up to defend, you have proper formation, someone's covering someone who's baiting, all this stuff. If you have a big team fight spell you can lead with and then follow it with damage. Yeah, that's usually how it works. But to TP like that, 1 by 1, it is not good, and you will feed into it. So yeah, good move by BetBoom. Poor defense by Nemiga, but you got options available. Right now they're looking for their smoke kill with the Dragon Knight Skyroth. These guys are just going to keep playing together.
I mean, that TikTok chat wheel line couldn't be more apt. Time is quickly running out here for Nemiga because, I mean, Alchemist is accelerating at a tremendous rate. Already 10k net worth of 15 minutes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And it's just another minute until he has his BKB, isn't it? Maybe 2. Well, very quickly, nonetheless, and Vazia, Elden Dragon form, it runs out. He gets the Dragon Tail down to try and TP out, and that's successful. Hellscream, same story.
Your moves on Nemiga are not successful right now, though. So even you get that TP out, okay, you lived, but you didn't kill anyone. You're meant to be shutting down this Alchemist, and he doesn't care. I think BetBoom are adapting really well just to Nemiga's like playmaking. They know that Lina wants to farm, they know that Lifestealer wants to farm, so they're not really part of any ganks. It's just this Dragon Knight and Skyroth running around together. And you saw Roger, like when the Hawk was farming the triangle, Roger's just standing at these entry points, at these stairs, and it means that any smokes, like this is why they were playing on the other side of the jungle on the Dragon Knight. They're just sitting there because they know if they walk into the triangle, there's just going to be a support that breaks the smoke and they won't get the kill that they want.
Yeah, and usually with those kind of moves, you kind of expect to gain a bit of traction elsewhere on the map. Like, okay, they hold out top a little bit, but bottom lane got pushed in hard by Noticed. He got that full lane to farm out. He didn't react to that move into mid because he knew he didn't have to.
Notice is going to have his BKB in like the next minute.
Yeah, so's Dark. They're going to have double BKB on this Alk Razor. Lina did just pick up hers. So maybe a timing here for Nemiga to try and play around with the Armlet Lifestealer, this Blink DK with a Mystic Flare. Might opt for a big, 5-man, 4-man smoke to actually go and get aggressive on BetBoom.
I think it's top that they're looking at. Lol's actually really nice. He picked up a ward by himself and just put it down deep in the lane. So they have really good vision of Nemiga's like backline, and if they push this tower in any way or walk up out of position, I think BetBoom have a really good way of chasing here with like Onslaught with the Quap Blink.
Yeah, like they pre-channeled that stun. Dark TP's in, lands it on the Scarith Mage, trying to chase him down with the Queen of Pain. Kiritich starts to bring the pain onto Dark, and they've got the Mystic Fair Laguna Blade, but the BKB up for the Alchemist gets him away. Now the Onslaught back in towards the Lifestealer, bring him down while Noticed drains everything from Malrine, and BetBoom just sweep through that fight so easily. It was maybe a little close on that Dark Elk, but it seemed like
scary.
Everything perfectly timed and to plan.
No chemical rage for this Roche, but you got your max acid spray, you're happy. What I really loved everything that went into making that play happen. Lol just waiting, watching, setting that ward up. Just what a nice little play.
It always feels so weird pressing your BKB at like 10% HP, but it worked out for Dahak.
He was just getting clicked by Lilina. She's doing quite a fair bit of damage. She's also got the Falcon Blade broadsword. She's going for a crit. Not doing this magic build. I think that's fair. Although Dahak's Alchemist, I assume he'll go blink into an Assault Cuirass.
Very likely. Roger. Oh, the Soul Rip. Not quite enough. It does buy a bit of time here for Lal and Seneko to chase Vazia. Again, we're lacking stuns on the side of BetBoom. Down bottom, what's happening to Dahak? He's getting stunned up. Kiritich, Hyperstone and right click attacks him down. So Aegis claimed within a minute of being picked up. We don't have Chemical Rage. Does have a BKB, but Dahak going to struggle to run away from this even with his magic wand. Oh, he's been chased down and killed off by the Lifestealer in the end. And he was all alone down there.
That was pretty bad. There ain't no way to dress that one up. You shouldn't be alone bot like that. Maybe he felt confident with his ward, but even then he was on the ward, so he's gonna die just as easy. I mean, you don't have a sentry down to know whether that high ground's what do you? Or maybe they checked it before and he thought he was safe and he thought he wasn't under vision. I don't know. Either way, I don't think you should be bought like that. He got punished. Good on Nemiga. Aegis down. This makes their game a little bit less, scary for a little bit now. We're looking at Lifestealer. He's got his armlet. He's going for the AC. I think AC might be a point where they can take a fight because Malorine's also like ramping up. She's going for a Daedalus. When she has that, she's going to be doing a lot of damage.
What's that next after the AC on the Lifestealer? What, is that just a rapier in his quick boy?
Yeah, classic. It worked last game, right? Kind
Casual.
of. Not really.
I'll see if he decides to go straight for it. Skadi, of course, going to be a nice option here against the Alk.
I think maybe Skadi into Bastion might be a little bit more reliable if he chooses not to buy the rapier.
Maybe. A little bit.
A little bit.
Oh, smoke from BetBoom. Heading out across the map, migrating over the river. Malorine is invis, though. They're not going to be able to see this Lina coming in, and Radiant have scanned, so they know something's coming. Immediately running away from that mid-tier one, not even bothering to defend it. And Queen of Pain with a very tanky build. Goes for the casual cloak on top of the Sange, heading into what looks like Aghanim Shard next.
There comes a time when you must accept that your mid tower is dead. Holding on to it for 20 minutes alone was really, really good. Any team that ever has their mid tower up is in such a position of power.
Well, even though it falls, they do TP Hellscream in there.
Well, they're going.
Smoke into smoke, yeah. I mean, the denial. Chen denied it, actually.
What a king.
A little Warpine Raider killing off the tower. And the DK jump. The jump across. Roger blinks straight through the DK. And now with a static link in the tombstone, Kiritich has to jump out to try and fight Notice. No, he's just going to rage TP. Nothing to stop that. While Dahak arrives with a concoction to catch the Dragon Knight. Vazia, the casualty, is so bad, and Hellscream, they are going to get found. And one of them, at least, uses his mech, grabs a creep, but in the end, all worthless.
I have to highlight this. The Dragon Knight stun was mid-air traveling to Roger when he blinked. So not only did they mess up the initiation, but they just the stun went on cooldown.
Yeah.
That was so so perfect, Roger. And then they really assumed it would connect. I don't think they knew about Roger's blink daggers, so they wasted the sky ult on top of that. Honestly, just a complete disaster. At least your Lifestealer was able to TP out, but God. BetBoom gotta be happy with that one.
Yes, Roger with these blinks. Last game with a Shadow Shaman. He was blinking away from Centaur Stomps. This time with a Primal Beast blinking away from DK stuns. And he's very, very quick off the mark.
I find it so funny. Have you ever had it before where you and the enemy see each other and you both blink onto each other and you just like, basically trade places? That's kind of what happened there. It's very funny. Roger was just as aggressive. Like, I'll get you.
We're both going to initiate. And they find the DK again. Roger, blink, pulverize. Everybody from BetBoom surrounding him. And they're trying to cut through here as well onto So Bad. Notice just ignoring the Dragon Knight swiftly up to top. And it looked like Nemiga were trying to prep themselves to go back, invade that top jungle, maybe think about tier 2. Get some wards down, but just halted in their tracks by BetBoom. Dahak has slowed down a little bit with his farm, but And it's been due to him getting involved in a lot of these fights now. Slow down his assault cuirass a little bit. But he does have that blink dagger.
There. I suppose he'll try and finish his AC. You're kind of winding down, waiting for next Roche. They're making nice plays, but at this point you want to just set yourself up so you have your next item timing, your next power spike, ready for this Roche fight.
Who have they got? It's the Lina. Roger with another initiation. Don't even bother to BKB. Lol with that Sonic Wave puts him on a streak now. 5-1-6 after a pretty sad laning stage. This DD rune, though, could change things for Nemiga. We do have this Infest Bomb. If he jumps inside the Dragon Knight, try and catch people out. But
I don't think they should force it. I think
just gonna farm with it.
as BKB.
Yeah. It's a farming DD.
Yeah. This is always the biggest problem with playing an offlaner that has your only real form of playmaking, is that you get so caught up in playmaking, you don't finish your items, and it's hard sometimes to turn your brain off and just say like, yeah, okay, I gotta relax for a bit.
Roger, notice they got Blink on Razor. Straight onto so bad. And yeah, they'll lose the Primal Beast here to the Lifestealer. The remnants of that double damage rune still paying off, but the concoction, the stun. Nice Hurricane, tries to get him low ground, but it doesn't quite work out. Vazia will allow him to infest in, and Dahak bursts down. Didn't manage to get off his BKB to survive, but his Tombstone and the survival of Razor and Queen of Pain allow them to hold high ground until that Lina opens up on them. Malorine will try and turn and fight, continue this one, even under the Tombstone, so a little risky from him. Light Striker Ray not going to land on Lal, allowing him to blink into the back lines. And now this BKB wearing off means Suneko and Lal trying to finish off the Lina, but the amount of damage he does just with his Chrysalis is insane. And the preemptive, the gifts on the Light Strike. Oh, Malorine, what a play!
What a stun! That is god tier.
He knew where she was going.
That wasn't
Oh my god, I've never seen someone predict something like that in my life. Like, Dire are the ones that put down the ward for the vision. He just simply guessed that that would happen. What a player. Malorine has been so impressive to me this whole qualifier. Watching his Timber mid, watching him play, oh my god, what a beauty.
But at the end of that, I don't know who comes out on top, but that feels like a victory for Nemiga just with that one move.
Just for the morale alone, after that stun, oh.
Hey, like you
so
trade your out for your Lifestealer, you trade Razor for DK, Primal Beast for Chen. Everything looks dead even going into the tail end of this fight, watching the replay back. And then Malorine just stands tall, strong, alone, gets back under this tier 1 tower. And as the BKB expired, just watch. He knows where the Queen of Pain's going to blink. Preemptive Light Strike Array lands it perfectly. And just before the blink is going to silence her as well. Like that is right on time.
God, what a king. Seriously. Mad MVP. I don't even care if they lose. Alright, well, the game is back to being reset. Everyone's thinking about the Roshan. That's why everyone's swinging top. We want to be setting down our high ground wards soon. We might see this one come out on the triangle high ground cliff there. BetBoom, they might play either on one of the 2 high ground cliffs. Yeah, this one on the south side. We're going to just look to see if we can initiate with Roger. Mostly, I think Alp probably wants to be on the second initiation, because if he blinks in, he has to do it with a BKB, otherwise he'll get stunned by Dragon Knight. So at least if you let Roger do it, you're kind of tanking, then your Out can go in, your blink on Razor as well. Just gonna allow them to kind of get the key targets they want. Someone needs to kind of go in and give vision for them, or either team wants the other to kind of go into their vision.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't give it away. They shouldn't. There's no way.
Yeah, both teams look at them. They're doing exactly as you say, just playing under their own high ground observer wards. Nemiga going to make the first move though.
Okay.
Smoker's 5.
BetBoom need to keep playing on this cliff, and then if Suneko, or let's say Roger maybe, breaks the smoke, then it should be a free fight for BetBoom, as long as they're under their vision.
Yeah, they're trying to reposition. They moved away from their observer ward. They're going to smoke now themselves, and it's another one of these reads where the smoke from the Radiant's going to expire before BetBoom make that first contact with them. High ground vision though. Malorine under the orbs. The jump from Roger. Is he going to make it? In they go, but Malorine shreds him. Dahak losing his HP quickly. Needs the Soul Rip to heal him, but the high ground tombstone might be the difference maker. As noticed, BKB wearing out, and they focus on the Lina, but she turns with Laguna Blade, and the right-click physical damage is enough. Kills off Lol. Healed up as well. Malorine destroys them. The artillery turret, Lina.
God, what the hell was she life-stealing off? I kept thinking she was gonna die, but she just kept healing this Chen.
Chen, Vlad's mech, Hand of God, everything.
Yeah, seriously, that extra heal off the back of the Hand of God, man, that went so well. I mean, Roger put down the ward, but the problem is the smoke's breaking under Nemiga's vision, so they get their BKBs off, and your initiation is then nil. Like, that was such a mistake. They can't be happy with that. I mean, Roger's just not ever gonna get his ult off in that situation unless he sees someone else that doesn't have a BKB.
And another huge light strike array there from Lina as well. 3 heroes caught in it, so there was no turnaround from BetBoom when they're all trapped under that stun. And we can see how quickly Dahak dies. Yeah, he's what? He was 5,000 net worth ahead of the Lina, but he goes in, he takes 4, 5, 6 hits. This Daedalus starts really doing some serious damage.
Yeah, they have a lot of physical damage. This AC is so nice too. Everything's buffing them up. Like the Hawk needs like a basher of his own, which he's got queued up. Like the only way you can really deal with Malorine at this point is controlling her with stuns, with bashes. You start with an Abyssal Blade, and then hit like another bash proc, and she's just gonna suffer a little bit because she'll just get a Satanic otherwise and just heal back to full if she's not controlled for a single second. If she gets BKB Satanic at any point in the fight, I do think it's too hard for BetBoom to sustain through it.
Is she now the hero you static link every fight? Because it
They
feels
tried.
like, yeah, I feel like she's the one doing the majority of the damage.
Yeah.
They'll try and go on her. Chucking boulders, soul rips, daggers, everything towards this Lina, but she's got 3,000 health. And Soban's back here with all the heals as well. Gem up on the Chen to remove all of the BetBoom vision.
Very nice. Love a good gem when you're ahead.
And an Alk lineup being 5k behind. Feels incredibly sad for BetBoom right now.
I know, and after I mean, Notice didn't destroy bot, but he's still free farmed. It's rough to see. He needs this refresher orb, but even then, it looked like it felt bad. This crit, this Daedalus, even though Lina was linked in that previous fight, it still felt like she did more than enough damage, and Razor was the one that was forced to back off. He's linking her, but it doesn't matter. She's clicking him so hard. He's like, I gotta leave, man. This hurts, man. I'm gonna die. Ooh.
Yeah, and Seneko, you know, he's spamming Soul Rip. He's got so many targets that he needs to heal as well. Now, one person's getting clicked by Lina. Lifestealer's on another one. Then you've got Mystic Flare and Dragon Tail to contend with, while Chen is healing and sustaining everybody on his team. Whereas Undying only has one target that he can focus. Oh, they go up high ground with Malorine. Pulverize, cancelled out, and the Mystic Flare, Dragon Tail. Bringing down Seneko and forcing a quick buyback. They've killed off the Tombstone, and they're the ones in the position of power here to continue the fight, because Roger just onslaught straight into the middle of 4 of them. The reset from Nemiga going back down the staircase has baited BetBoom in, forcing a double buyback, and they're still going to destroy these barracks. Pebbles being launched out by Roger. A rock throw, a little bit annoying, but yeah, inefficient glyph there from BetBoom. I felt like they required it to hold on to this melee barracks, but Lina's just going to come back in. Long range hits, and now the Dragon Tail. Dahak does have BKB. Sonic Wave to try and push them back. Static Link is on the Lina, but Roger being focused down and so quickly dies to the Lifestealer now. And Nemiga not letting up. The pressure continues. They're just going to come straight back for tier 3 mid. They know they're in a 6v4 basically, with Lina still having Aegis.
That's so true, and they're controlling the outpost, so if the fight like happens and breaks out and they can kind of play towards that outpost, they have buybacks to work around with too on Nemiga.
Man, it feels like they might be able to close this one out. 33 minutes in. A Tombstone's there. Dahak, half HP immediately. They get the disarm, though, on the Lina, so she can't turn and fight. And Vazia, full staff back down to the low ground, away from the tomb. And the damage of BetBoom. They can't get a single kill. Everybody's away.
Momentum halted a little bit. Malorine out of mana, unable to keep up the Fiery Soul stacks. So they will chill a bit.
But look
They
at
got
this.
another half of the racks. Like, everything's turning up for Nemiga, and it's looking like BetBoom don't have any tools to fight back. Like this, getting this halberd off on Lena before her BKB is nice, but you're still just struggling to deal that damage. I think Nemiga playing as this ball is just really powerful right now because BetBoom probably really would like to get a pick off or something right now to open up the ability to take a decent team fight.
And Lena having a DD bottled. Incredibly scary.
Oh, no.
So watch, he's going to regen back to full with the Aegis expiring.
Yep.
Satanic is done. She can, deliver the Morbid Mask just on the courier. We're basically 6-slotted on the Lena at this point.
This next fight could end the game.
Yeah, absolutely could. They were kind of waiting bottom corner to try and see who comes to push the lane, but it's a lifestealer, not someone they can really go on. And they can't cut any more waves. Nemiga doing a good job just scouting in the trees, making sure there's no one lurking.
Yeah.
So
without BKB, Roger cannot really initiate, which I think is the roughest thing for them. If they can start on Malrine, they can definitely win a fight.
Oh, they go. They find Malrine. The stuns, the chain disable. It comes. They've got the damage as well, but Malrine with the BKB disarmed. Oh, the heal, the heal. Oh my god, back to full HP. Okay, Lena with a DD, destroying BetBoom, and that's got to be game over now. Noticed, doesn't stand a chance. It's called, and we're gonna go to game 3.
What the hell happened?
She
I thought they would have.
Satanic.
They had a halberd. What happened?
Oh my goodness. It felt like the halberd lasted a second and a half, and then it was done.
Yeah, seriously. I thought between the Alk stun, the Primal stun, I guess they can't get that off just because of that lack of BKB. This has to be my biggest issue with the Primal Beast, is that especially going into late game on a support, if you're not stomping the game, if you're not in the power, like, you can never ult anyone. It will get cancelled. There's a Skyroth silence, there's a DK stun, there's a, they can get that BKB off if they have Vision of You first, and you're so worthless at that point. Yeah, I just failed to lock her down. God damn, Malrine, seriously.
Yeah, well deserving of the MVP. You know, outside of that Lena stun bottom on the Queen of Pain blinking, the guesswork involved, he had a spectacular game all the way from laning stage through to the very end. And nice to see him going back to the physical damage build as well. And knowing it's going to pay off here in this one. And I don't know, would you call it a comeback with the lead that Dahak had? It felt like this Alchemist was going to take over the game.
There was a threat. I do think everything just came down to, yeah, there was an outplay, but I think the main thing was just how both teams handled the Roche fight. Like, I think when that fight was happening, both teams were kind of on equal footing. So it's sort of a comeback, but it's kind of a light one, at least compared to game 1, where if they'd won that, it would have been absolutely insane.
Well, it's a nice way to combat that Alchemist at the very least. But there we go, tying things up. And game 3 is on the horizon. A quick break and we'll return with it.
Thanks.